Hi, good morning, everyone. This is your psychic Christine, and this is episode 51. And maybe you realize that I'm uploading podcast more often than normal. Um, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about you guys. I want to talk a little bit about myself, and I want to talk about something awesome that I have planned for all of us to get involved with together. So, as a working as a psychic has had its benefits, and it has also had its downfalls. So, it's my life's work. It is absolutely my life's work, and the greatest benefit to doing this work is seeing the positive changes in the lives of others. That's been the good thing about working as a psychic. And the bad part is, of course, there's a lot of criticism and judgment. And one of the things that I heard a lot over the years from my critics is, so you have a God-given gift and you work as a psychic, or you do psychic readings, and because it's a God-given gift, it should be free. Well, I totally understand. I made a decision long ago that when someone was judging or criticizing me, and maybe this will help you guys as well, that before reacting and getting all defensive and accusational, I would sit down and I would hear or really listen to what I was being told, and I would ask myself if there was any truth to that, okay? And after examining, if there was any truth to that, or if there was anything about my work or my character or whatever the case may be, if something there needed to be changed or modified or stopped or added, whatever the case may be, I would, be mature about it instead of acting like a kid. And I would just, take the time out to think about it, what was being said to me. So yeah, there's a little bit of truth in that. It is a God-given gift, and I should be doing some free stuff. And this was my motivation for creating this podcast for you guys, that whatever it is that I had to give, or any life advice or whatever I could do, I would give for free. Because when you make working as a psychic or a healer or go down the spiritual avenue, you have to live, okay? We all have bills and we all have to eat. So it's not something that I could just completely do for free. But like I said, whatever I could do for free, that's what I wanted to do. Also, as all of you might have guessed by now, I believe in everything. I believe in everything. Not only am I spiritual, I believe that, in certain superstitions and whatnot. I'm one of those people that believe that science and spirituality are not necessarily a contradiction to one another, and so on. And I also believe that there's not one answer or one thing that we can do. I think there's even a book written, it's called like The One Thing. I don't believe that there's just one thing that can make a person content or feel completely fulfilled. I believe that it's always a combination of things that need to be done in order to achieve that feeling that we're all looking for. It even says in the Bible that man cannot live on bread alone, which to me means it's not just one thing. It's a combination of things. So what I intend to do from this point, as far as giving away, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on previous podcasts. I also believe in aromatherapy. I mean, how many of you walk into a place or get an aromatherapy in your home and feel suddenly better? You get like a feeling of warmth, a feeling of contentment. Now, that's not the whole thing, but it's definitely a small part of it. So I make aromatherapy candles now, and this month's fragrance is cotton candy. So every month I change up the fragrance. So next month in May, it's going to be floral fragrances. And what I add to the aromatherapy is, or I don't know how many of you have ever saw or purchased something that's called an intention candle. So intention candles are like there's prayer or wording on it for protection against negative energy, house blessing candles, career candles, soulmate candles. I mean, the list is never ending. And when we do our prayers and follow instructions on these intention candles and send our intentions out into the universe, okay, the idea is that we get what we're looking for in return for this. And like I said, with a combination of things. So what I'm looking forward to doing is because this is actually a pretty interesting thing. So just this morning, I got 1,800 downloads to my podcast. How fun is that? Now, I don't know how many of you I actually did a reading for, or how many of you just found me randomly online or from social media, but the number 18 in numerology has meaning. It resonates with humanitarianism, independence, and building something of lasting benefit. Okay? So I want all of you to be able to get some of my aromatherapy candles for free. The key word here is free. And I also want all of you to have an opportunity to get a free sample reading. Again, free. Why is that? Because seeing is believing, okay? I totally understand, like I said, everything, and life is a combination of different methods and different levels of understanding in order to get or feel fulfilled in a complete life. And like I said in my last episode, it's kind of like what we've got to reinvent stuff for ourselves, and how important it is to be in a good mindset, okay, to just get that positive flow going. So I want to help all of the people that are listening to my podcast be able to achieve that. And I want to be able to expand my aromatherapy intention candle business. So we're going to work together to bring a lot of this to fruition. And in my next podcast, I am going to tell you how to go ahead and be able to get those free aromatherapy candles and be able to get this free sample reading. And I'd like us to get this going and do this together. So my next episode will give you the details on how to go about that. And I also have these amazing house blessing kits as well. So what is a house blessing kit? House blessing kit kind of drives out any negative energies that are in the home, or it's kind of like a general cleansing of the home. And every intention aromatherapy candle that I give out, or any house blessing kit, of course, is going to come with instructions for use. So be sure to listen to my next podcast to find out how to go ahead and receive these things for yourself. I'm thinking of anywhere from 50 to 100 people to be able to give that stuff for free. And like I said, I'm going to tell you how in the very near future. And happy Holy Week, everyone. I wish all of you the best of luck and good fortune. And I hope that all of you find this podcast helpful to you in your journey. It's possible that a lot of what I say doesn't entirely resonate with you, but I've been doing psychic readings for over 30 years now, and practically in almost all over the world in this country. And I have never seen anyone have a reading done by myself or somebody else where they gained absolutely nothing from having a psychic reading done. A lot of what I hear when people get a reading done is that it's very interesting to them to find out more about themselves, and that being articulated to them, and gaining a better understanding of their present situation. And what I hear a lot is that when I do a reading for people and the topic is their partner or spouse or whatever the case may be, that initially they don't believe what they're hearing about the other person, but then some stuff starts popping up in the near future that they kind of find out that what they heard through their reading was in fact true. So again, thank you for listening to episode number 51. Be sure to listen to episode 52 to find out how you can be able to get your intention aromatherapy candles, house blessing kits, and free readings. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you again.